Hey guys, Ben back here for the Next Level Showcast on Next Level Radio, thanking you once again for listening to our podcast. This Sunday show, we started off with some technical difficulties, but worked through them going into the second break, so we apologize for that. Adam returned back from vacation. We discussed his vacation a little bit. We talked about the Slates for Sarah movement that's taking over Facebook as well as the rest of social media and the internet. We recapped our Oscar picks and much, much more, included with Next Level News and Weird of the Week. So check out this podcast and we hope you enjoy. Please don't forget, check out our website, www.nextlevelradioonline.com. From there, you can check out our Facebook page with the link at the top, which we hope you go to there and send us a like. You can check out our YouTube page with the link at the top, and we hope you subscribe there as well. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NXT Level Radio. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, guys, we are back. It is Sunday night, and it is time for another Next Level Showcast here on Next Level Radio. With me back this week, Adam, back from vacation. Back from his vacation.
Yeah.
The
I miss
warm.
it already.
I'm sure you do. I'm getting an echo. Why are we getting an echo? The warm.
I don't know. It's not going over the air though.
Why are we getting an echo? It's not, because I'm getting it.
Yeah. I just had it turned up. We're good.
Technical difficulties, I
You
guess.
can hear an echo. Let us know.
I don't hear it anymore. Oh, yes, I do. Nope, it's gone. All right. Anyway, we are back.
We don't have an echo going over the air, so it's just you.
Okay, that's just technical difficulties on my end then.
Yep.
I can get it up.
Wow, that's loud. Sorry.
Probably is my fault.
Yeah, that was really loud. That's loud.
Anyway.
So we are back. Adam has returned from his vacation at Disney World, which he took last week. But special thanks goes out to my buddy Derek, who filled in last week. He did an awesome, awesome job. And the podcast of the show that we did last week is up, so you can check it out. Check out his website and such. But how was your vacation?
It was glorious. It was warm. I don't think it never got below like 65 degrees, even at night.
Really?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah, I think and I don't think it ever got above like 84, 85, something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had perfect weather, basically. And then I come back to Allentown, where it was, I think, 30 degrees when we got back.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's, it sucks here. And some of the areas now are expecting another snowstorm.
Yeah, I'm tired of this snow. I mean, I thought once March hit, like, we're supposed to stop getting it.
Dude, we've gotten snow in April before.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Maybe get you started on global warming.
Let's not even get started on global warming.
I love pissing you off by saying that.
Yeah, it doesn't piss me off.
I know, but it gets you going. Pissing you off by saying that.
Well,
Gets you ranting.
It does. It gets me ranting, so. And that's kind of a political topic. We stay away from that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
So-
it is kind of political. Al Gore.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about global warming.
All right.
We're just going to talk about Titan and how he can kiss my ass.
Yeah, I still don't think we should be naming winter storms, but I'm okay with just naming hurricanes. Unless it's like a nor'easter.
Well, because if we name a winter storm, if we get flurries, they call it a storm.
Yeah.
The only reason why they've been saying we've been getting 16 storms in this area is because of the fact that we've gotten, like, flurries.
Yeah.
If it's a coating, it's a storm.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, at least if you're going to name it something like relating to how big of a storm it is, like Snowflake for a little one. Or Titan's a good one for a big one.
Yeah, Titan's a good one for a big one. But they go down an alphabetical list.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they go down. Well, I don't know if it's alphabetical, but they go down a list. So whatever the next storm is, automatically gets that next name on the list. So I think they should name them fun names, like Bob and Ralph.
Next at 6. Snowstorm Butterfly. There you go.
I have some sound effects I can use now.
That has like 4 sound effects to choose from.
I have more than 4. I have like 12.
Yeah, there's 12.
So I have like 12 sound effects. So we're in a good spot.
Don't use Skype anymore, so
yeah.
They refused to sponsor us, so we dropped them.
Somewhat of a truth. Yeah, now we're using Google. So, and it's working out a hell of a lot better. And
knock on wood.
And through Google with a little bit of tweaking. Wow. With a little bit of tweaking, we will be able to take phone calls soon, which is pretty cool. So,
a little twerking too. It'll take a little twerking and a little tweaking, and then we'll get it done.
No twerking. Twerking automatically reminds me of that train wreck Miley Cyrus. And I can't stand her.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, what do you say we move on with the regulars and we take a look at what happened at the box office this weekend?
Okay.
We take a look at what the hell?
Okay.
Hold on, something's not right.
What the hell?
I'm getting echo. Does anybody else on the other end hear that?
What the hell?
No, it's just you. I have the volume turned up in Mixler, and it's just you. No, it's just you. I have the volume.
I'm getting like a big echo right now, and it's weird. Yeah, Andrea in the chat just said that there is an echo now.
Oh, I'm not sure. Is it everybody or just your music?
I don't know. It seemed to be when I played.
Apparently, we're both echoing.
When I started playing music. Hold on, let's try this again. And now I'm not hearing the music. I'm trying to play the sound. You're a jackass. I'm trying to play the sound clip for the box office, and it's not. What the hell is happening here? Well, that's not it, but it'll work. It's really, really loud, too, by the way. Like, I can't even hear myself over it.
All right. Is it good enough?
No, just turn it down. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Just go ahead with the box office. We'll work this out.
I go away for 1 week. All right, well, we'll do the box office. Ben's trying to stop it.
Yeah, you do the box office while I'm trying to work on everything else.
Well, number 1 in the box office, a new release, the new Liam Neeson movie, Non-Stop. The movie about him being on an airplane and having to kill it. It's like Snakes on a Plane without the snakes. That brought in $30 million in its opening week, which is pretty good for a number 1 opener.
No, it's not bad for an opening weekend.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 2, Son of God. That brought in 26.5. I don't think I actually watched any trailers for that. I heard about it. I hadn't gotten a chance to really look into it at all.
Yeah.
If you haven't guessed, it's about Jesus.
And I'm not a religious person, so it's not anything I'm going to be interested in.
Right. I saw Passion of the Christ back when Mel Gibson did that. I thought it was pretty good. That one was in all subtitles, which is, if you're not into that, it can get annoying, but I don't mind it. But yeah, like I said, I couldn't tell you anything about this. But that opened at number 2, so that's actually, I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I am too, especially considering what was number 1 for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, which is now number 3, and that would be the Lego movie. 21 million. Just over 21 million. Its 4th week, just got kicked out of number 1. So it had a good run. Sticking in the top 5. I'm actually a little surprised this is still in the top 5. It actually moved up a spot. It was 5 last week. It's 4 this week. Monuments Man.
Okay.
Brought in $5 million. So not a lot, but enough to keep it in the top 5. And then finally, 3 Days to Kill was number 2 last week, which I'm actually surprised at. And it's number 5 this week. I didn't really have any interest in that movie. I don't know if you had heard anything about it.
I have not.
Kevin Costner. It's a 6.4 on IMDb.
You can cut that music all the way down. It's kind of distracting, actually.
Is it really loud on your end?
It's loud on my end, yeah. Apparently now we have to work out kinks with Google because apparently this isn't coming over that well.
Yeah, I don't know, because, again, when I turned it up, I couldn't hear it, but apparently my mic volume's kind of low. I don't know. Anyway, movies coming out this week on Friday. The Grand Budapest Hotel with a ton of people in it. You want me to run down the list of some of the people that are in it?
Yeah, go for it.
You got Adrian Brody, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Jude Law, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Ralph Fiennes.
Thank you for pronouncing that correctly.
But that I watched the preview for it. It looks pretty good. It's a Wes Anderson movie, so you can tell it definitely has a Wes Anderson movie kind of feel.
Well, he's done some great movies before too. So
yeah, for those of you who don't know, he did The Royal Tenenbaums, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Darjeeling Limited, Life Aquatic. He's done a bunch of movies, and they're all pretty. They're kind of goofy, you know.
Hey, I got the sound working.
Oh, that's good. That's good news.
All right, go. Sorry.
Also opening 300: Rise of an Empire, the 10-year delayed sequel to 300. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, me neither. Apparently, they're saying like I'm listening. I'm looking at people in the chat room. They're saying you're coming over like you sound like you're on AM.
That's weird.
Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't have put down Skype so soon.
Yeah, right.
This is Skype.
It was fine. It was fine before we went live,
and
right?
it sounds fine for me.
For you,
yeah.
Huh.
So,
that is odd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. We'll have to mess around with that on the break. But before we do take a break, one more Mr. Peabody and Sherman is coming out.
I kind of want to see it. I was a fan of the cartoon, so I know I want to see it.
Stephen Colbert's in it.
Yeah.
Ty Burrell. You said that you were a fan as a kid. I don't remember it as a kid.
Yeah, it was
before my time.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
So, all right, we're on to my end then, I guess.
Yes.
Sorry. We're working out. Forgive us this. We're kind of working out. We're starting a whole new system here, so it's kind of like we're working out technical difficulties. New releases coming out this week. Ordinarily, I skip video game releases, but this week I can't do that. No, not Titanfall. Titanfall's next week, so I have 2 weeks in a row. This week, however, the one I'm looking forward to, South Park: The Stick of Truth.
The Stick of Truth.
The Stick of Truth. It's an RPG, but in the world of South Park. So it's like Final Fantasy in the world of South Park. But
right.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the creators of South Park, were very much fully engrossed in the production of this game. They wanted to make this game look like exactly like you're playing a South Park character.
Really?
Yeah, like you're playing in the world of South Park. Like you're playing a live, like an actual South Park cartoon. So, yeah, so they were, and I've seen previews of it. This was a game that was supposed to come out last year. And if it's as good as it looks, I'm glad they postponed it. It's definitely going to be a buy for me. I'm hoping to go out on Tuesday and get it. As for video games, that's it. Movie-wise, DVD and Blu-ray, there's only one movie coming out this week that's even worth mentioning. And that would be The Hunger Games, Catching Fire. I know I saw this with you and your wife and a couple other, and our friend Tiff. And this is going to be... This is a buy. It's an absolute buy for me. I love it. For sure. Yeah.
It was really good.
So, that's it on my end.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really it. There's not a lot coming out this week. So, let's take a break. Let's take a music break.
We'll try and get this sorted out, I guess.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll do a little bit of an Oscar recap, as well as some other stuff. So we'll see if we can get this worked out. We will come back and go from there. So hang tight, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
You're missing all the fun. These people are great. Some of them have been partying all night long. They sing songs till they get too cold, and then they go sit by the fire and they get warm, and then they come back and they sing some more.
Yeah. They're Hicks, read it.
All right, we are back and kind of hoping that we have our technical difficulties worked out. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell was going on, to be honest with you. I'm apologizing for both of us.
Yeah, before Ben couldn't hear anything coming from my Skype computer, but now I guess he can.
Yeah, now I can, and it's
with Google. I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. If you're in the room and you're in the chat room, let us know how everything sounds. I'm kind of trying to adjust as we go.
Yeah.
So please, definitely let me know how we sound.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know either. But we're going to move on with the show as if nothing is going on.
Nothing is going on.
No, I don't know what they're talking about. Everything's fine on our end. So, guess what night it is?
It might be Oscar night.
It is Oscar night.
I don't know. Every time I look on Twitter, there's like a bajillion things about the Oscars.
Yeah.
And
you couldn't avoid it if you
turn
wanted
on
to.
ABC for the last 4 hours, there's a red carpet extravaganza.
Yeah, you couldn't avoid the Oscars tonight if you wanted to.
Right.
So I guess that's kind of one of the reasons why we did what we did. It's because we wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to recap what we went over for the past. Adam and I, if you don't know, if you missed any of the past shows, Adam and I reviewed all 9 of the Best Picture nominated films. Gave you our little bit of a review on all of them. So we're going to do just a little bit of a recap. And we're going to run down what we made for our predictions for the Oscars tonight. We're not going to go through every category just because that would take entirely too long.
Way too long.
So we did a rundown. We did all 9 films, and the 9 nominated films for Best Picture are, pardon me for 1 second, I'm bringing them all up. The pictures are Wolf of Wall Street, Gravity, Nebraska, Dallas Buyers Club, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, American Hustle, and Her. And I put Her last for a reason, because that's actually the one that ended up last on both of our lists.
That's where it belongs.
So,
do you want me to run down our rankings?
yeah, you can do that.
If you want to see them, they're on our Twitter and Facebook page. So for the Best Picture nominees, we'll go Ben first. Ben's number 1 movie was 12 Years a Slave, had that ranked at a 9.0. Number 2 was The Wolf of Wall Street, 8.75. Captain Phillips at number 3 with 8.5. Gravity with 8.5 at number 4. And Nebraska at number 5 with 8.5. Then Dallas Buyers Club at 8. American Hustle at 8 for the 7th ranked. Her at 7.0 for the 8th ranked. And then Philomena, not sure.
Yeah, because I never actually got the chance to finish watching that one.
Had that one. He had that one ranked 9th. I also had 12 Years a Slave at number 1 with a 9. Captain Phillips, number 2 with 8.75. Philomena, number 3 with 8.5. Dallas Buyers Club, number 4 with 8.5. Gravity, also with an 8.5 at number 5. The Wolf of Wall Street at number 6 with an 8. American Hustle at number 7 with an 8. And Nebraska at number 8 with an 8. And then Her at number 9 with a 6.5.
Yeah, Her landed at the bottom of both of our lists.
Yeah.
So, I'm still sticking. I mean, I've looked over a lot of different stuff. The Spirit Awards were last night, and the Spirit Awards are a pretty good indication as to where some of the movies are going to fall. I'm kind of glad I went with 12 Years a Slave, just because 12 Years a Slave is the one that won the Spirit Award last night for Best Picture. So we're going to see if that's what happens tonight with the...
we both picked that.
What's that?
We both picked 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, we both picked 12 Years a Slave. A couple other rankings that happened at the Spirit Awards last night actually came to fruition as far as what some of our picks were. As for Best Actor, we both chose Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
I chose the correct spelled Matthew McConaughey.
That was my fault.
Since you spelled it wrong when you...
I know how to spell it. I must be used to typing Mac, M-A-C.
I picked Matthew McConaughey. You picked Matthew McConaughey.
Yes. I really think Matthew McConaughey has a good chance this year.
We'll see. I mean, it's down to one of the two of them.
Right.
Well, and a couple other actors. Best Actress, Adam went with Judi Dench, and I went with Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett won the Spirit Award last night for Best Actress.
Doesn't mean a thing.
Doesn't mean a thing. Does not mean she's going to win tonight. And Best Supporting Actor, I chose Jonah Hill, Jared Leto. You chose Jared Leto. Jared Leto is actually the one that won the Spirit Award last night.
So lock it in, basically.
Best Supporting Actress, I chose June Squibb from Nebraska. You chose Jennifer Lawrence from American Hustle. Jennifer Lawrence actually is the one that took that one.
That's another lock.
And Best Animated Feature, we both chose Frozen, and I don't know if I saw who won that last night for the Spirit Award.
If it wasn't Frozen, there's a huge problem with that award ceremony.
You know what? I love that movie more and more now. Every time I even just see a clip or hear it.
The music's really good.
The music is fantastic. I've watched that song "Let It Go" like numerous times. I'll put the movie on and just watch that.
Yeah, I'll admit, Andrea and I were doing some of the songs while we were down at Disney. How can you not? It's Disney World.
You're in Disney
World. And we were at dinner one night, and the table next to us had a couple little kids, and the one girl at the table, she must have been like, I don't know, 3 or 4. She was singing "Let It Go" as loud as she could in the middle of the restaurant. It was hilarious.
Now I gotta ask, do they have? I know they have all the Disney characters down there. Are there Frozen characters down there now?
Yeah.
Are there? Okay.
In Epcot at the in the World Showcase at Norway, they have them there, and the line was humongous. They had them both together, so the line was really long.
Well, both as in who? Because there's 4 main characters in that movie.
Elsa and Anna,
the 2 sisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 princesses.
I mean, because it could have been there. I mean, there's a good number of main characters in that movie.
Yeah, it could have been.
Could have been Olaf the Snowman.
That's true.
Which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
How many times did you sing songs from Frozen, Adam?
A few.
I was told to ask that.
Yeah, a few.
Okay. To be honest with you, I would have done the same damn thing.
Yeah, "Love is an Open Door" is probably one of my favorite songs in there. Just because not just the song, but like in the movie itself, like the way the characters acted and stuff was really cool.
Yeah. I from what I understand, I think Adina is going to be at the Oscars tonight performing "Let It Go."
Oh, really?
I think
Not Demi Lovato?
I don't think it's Demi Lovato unless they're doing it together.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I know I would hear Demi Lovato's done a few Disney songs.
Yeah, she has.
Covers. But like that would come on once in a while, and it would be Demi Lovato when we were down there. But I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't have Idina Menzel do it.
No, not at all. I mean, she's the one that did it. For the movie, she's the one that performed it. So,
and I didn't realize
Idina Menzel of Frozen to sing at Oscars. So,
right.
I could only assume that is what the song she's going to sing.
Yeah, I would think so.
Why would she sing anything else?
Yeah.
She's going to sing the U2 song from the Mandela movie.
Yeah. She's going to sing, I Will, what's that Titanic song?
I Will Always Love You?
I Will, no, that's, maybe that's right.
I agree. She's way more talented than Demi Lovato.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's got a voice, man.
Well, she was the witch in Wicked originally.
Yeah, she was. She was the witch in Wicked. She was in Rent. She did a guest spot. She's Leah Michelle's mother in Glee.
Yeah. And they look like they could be mom and daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not go off a Glee tangent here, but just saying.
No. Your wife will be calling in if we do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does she watch Glee?
No.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, she hates it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I take it back. Yeah, there's quite a bit going on tonight. Idina Menzel is supposed to perform on that. I know Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to be a presenter tonight, which is awesome because I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Who doesn't?
He's quickly becoming like in my top of favorite actors. And there's something else going on that I kind of wanted to touch base on. I know you were pretty unfamiliar with it. I had to send you links. And it kind of stems into the Oscar talk a little bit now that did we have anything else we wanted to review for the Oscars?
No.
Before I go into this?
No, I don't think so. Okay. You're good.
There's a little bit of a movement going on right now. For those of you that don't know, there's a little bit of an accident that happened on a movie set about a week to a week and a half ago, I think. It was on the set of Midnight Rider, which is an Allman Brothers biopic, or Greg Allman biopic, being filmed down south, and there was a film crew that was filming on a railroad track that was for a freight train. And apparently there was an accident or some unknown information, whereas the crew that was there had the timing of 2 trains that were supposed to be coming through so that they knew to move. But apparently a third train had come through, and they were unaware that this third train was coming through. They were unable to move their equipment and move everything. A couple people were injured, but one crew member was killed. She was struck by the train, and she was killed.
Was it by the train or debris?
No, I think she was actually struck. I'm not sure if it was the debris or the train.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Because there was a bed on the tracks, apparently. And that caused a lot of debris to go everywhere, too. So some people did get hurt, too.
Oh, yeah, there was quite a few people injured.
Right.
But one casualty, and her name was Sarah Jones. She was a second camera operator on the set. She was 27 years old, and... she was in that career like that. She wasn't just somebody who happened to get that job. Like, that was her career.
Right.
She worked on many CW shows, mainly Vampire Diaries. She became friends with a lot of the actors and actresses on that show. She worked on a couple other shows like Supernatural and such, mainly a lot of CW stuff. But she worked on some films and everything as well. Well, it's not really known who's responsible for her death. The only thing that's really known is that Sarah is the one who is zero fault to blame.
Right.
And unfortunately, she was the one that was killed. They don't know if it's the train company who forgot to, who mistakenly didn't give them the information on this third train. They don't know if it's the production company who was on the tracks at a time they shouldn't have been and knew that.
I was going to say, at one point, they weren't even sure if they had permission to be on the tracks.
They had permission to be on the land, but they didn't know if they had permission to be on the tracks. And,
right.
Because the tracks are owned by the railroad company, but not the landowner. So
right. There's a lot of legal issues.
There's a lot of things that are being investigated. But the one thing that really is known for sure is that none of this was Sarah's fault.
Right.
She was doing what she was told. She was being where she was supposed to be, whether she had
doing her job.
She was doing her job, exactly. And she was killed doing her job. Not only doing her job, but doing a job that if you see pictures, and she had a blog online where she kept track of everything that she did, it was doing a job that she loved to do.
Right.
And it goes to show that there are a lot of risks that crew members take when it comes to doing projects like this. I've worked on movie sets before, so I know what some of them are. I've never worked in a situation where something like this could have happened.
Right, yeah.
But there's a big movie.
Usually stuff like this doesn't happen.
Well,
obviously it's a tragedy when it does.
Because precautions are taken.
Right.
Precautions are taken so that things like this don't happen.
Yeah. Somewhere down the line screwed up.
Somebody screwed up, and it cost Sarah her life. And that's pretty much the bottom line of everything. And it is a shame. She was very young, and, it's sad that stuff like this happens.
Yeah, but there has been a tremendous outpour from this
of support. Yeah, there's a big movement going on right now that if you don't know about it, called Slates for Sarah. If you don't know what a slate is the clapboard that you hold in front of the camera that shows the scene and everything else.
And action.
And that was one of her responsibilities as a second camera operator so that's why there's this big thing about it. She owned her own slate. She always used it on set. So that's why this whole movement is called Slates for Sarah. You can check it out, facebook.com/Slates for Sarah. Easy to find out. But if you go on that site, you will see the tremendous amount of support that is out there. Not just from crew members from her film and her friends, but from everyone across the television community. There are people taking pictures with their slates and their slates for whatever show or movie they're working on with something on it that says "Rest in Peace, Sarah" or "In Memory of Sarah." There are pictures of people from Dustin Hoffman, Ben Stiller, and the crew of Night at the Museum 3, Supernatural. There's pictures of the crew of the Vampire Diaries. I think there's the crew of Arrow did one. And I saw one earlier today that the crew of Doctor Who did one, and they're in the BBC. They're in the UK.
Pretty cool.
So this movement is going overseas.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the internet now, you can things like this will spread like wildfire.
Yeah. There are
That's
already
everything.
thousands of pictures that people have sent in, both from professionals, that people we know, like I said, Dustin Hoffman, Ben Stiller, and people just doing their own independent movies that you never know about. You know, you don't have any idea who they are, but it just goes to show you like how big the film community is. Whether you're known or unknown, this is a big family.
Right.
And, you know, this entertainment industry lost a member of its family.
Yeah, and there's no position, I guess, no crew member, no cast or crew that's too big or too small.
Exactly. Everybody is important to the set and important to the project. Now, I know we lose members of the film community all the time. Recently, Philip Seymour Hoffman, even more recently, Harold Ramis passed away. But this is something that was due to irresponsibility.
Right.
Like, this wasn't somebody who took their own life or did something so that their life ended shortly or it was a health issue or anything like this. This is something that should not have happened.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
Now, one of the things that this movement is trying to do is involving tonight, and this is why I brought it up now. They're trying to get her name in the in memoriam for the Oscars tonight. Because chances are Philip Seymour Hoffman is already going to be in there. Harold Ramis is probably going to be in there. It used to be that if you died before January 1st, you were in there. And then if you died after January 1st, between then and the Oscars, you got into next year's. But I think they've changed that in the past couple years. That if you die before the Oscars air, you were in the in memoriam.
Right. Well, hopefully this wasn't too late to get in this year.
I don't think it was too late because all it is a simple editing. Yeah,
that's true.
You can just re-edit it to fit her in there. It takes an extra 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But just to put her name in there so that she was remembered. There was a petition that was put online for people to sign that within, I think, a matter of days had over 55,000 people sign. And as a member of the film community, having worked in film before and worked on set and knowing second camera operators and things like that, I'm fully behind this. I seriously hope that the Academy does the right thing and her name goes in tonight.
Yeah.
It's sad if they don't. I'm not going to boycott the Oscars or the Academy if they don't.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if if they don't put it in this year, I would hope they would release a statement saying a reason.
Yeah,
and maybe that they would put it in next year or something. But hopefully it gets in this year.
That's what I'm hoping for.
100%.
So, I mean, like I said, I've known people like this. They're integral to the project. It's a sad, sad thing that happened. It's still not known who's responsible.
Right.
We know it was due to somebody's irresponsibility that it happened.
Yeah, and if you want more information, you can go online, www.slatesforsarah.org, and it'll just take you straight to the Facebook page.
Yeah, so you can find all the information. You can see the pictures. There was a tribute video that was actually released today, and it's just nothing but pictures of slates that people have done for Sarah.
And you can also send donations, too. There's a address if you want to send donations in lieu of flowers.
Yeah. I think that's actually what her family is asking for. I think they've set up something in her name, and I think they're asking for donations to that charity rather than that.
Yeah, it's just a shame she was only 27. I mean, obviously, anyone of any age, something like that happening, that's just like obviously a freak accident. But just to be at the age of 20, I mean, I'm only 26, so just imagine.
Yeah.
That happening at this point in my life is just crazy.
Oh, imagining that happening to anybody at that point in their life is just right. It's a shame. But yeah, check it out, www.slatesforsarah.org. You'll get all the information. You'll see all the pictures. You'll hear the whole story if there's anything that we missed as to how this movement started. And please support the movement. Just even if it's just something as simple as liking the Facebook page. Just show your support in memory of Sarah, and that's all it really takes. But let's move on. You want to move on to next level news?
Yeah, sure. Hopefully the volume isn't too loud.
We'll find out in a second.
This is Next Level News.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, awesome. Starting off the news, I'll start off with this one because it happened a little earlier in the week, so you might have heard of it already. But Katy Perry and John Mayer are done. They split.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and there were engagement rumors, but apparently the complete opposite. They broke up.
So you're telling me there's a chance now?
So you're saying there's a chance? Yes.
Sweet. I got to find John Mayer's contact info.
I was going to say. Yes, John Mayer's available, Ben. Josh Boone is going to take over the adaptation to Stephen King's The Stand.
You know what? I heard some information about this. Sorry, I was drinking water. I loved the miniseries that Stephen King did that had Gary Sinise and Molly Ringwald. It's one of my favorite miniseries still to this day. Mm-hmm. I hope they do this right.
Yeah, well, this is a movie.
Oh, they're actually doing this as a movie.
The Stand is going to be a feature film, yeah.
How the hell are they going to do that? It'd have to be like 4 hours long.
Yeah. They were originally talking about a trilogy, but apparently Boone is going to direct The Stand as a singular film. It was eventually, let's see, it was first made its rounds as a potential theatrical release in the 80s, eventually reaching the small screen as a popular 8-hour miniseries.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't the book really long?
The book is huge. If he's going to do this as a single movie, he's going to have to remove so much.
Yeah, here it is. It's 1,152 pages.
And I have read every page of it. The book is fantastic. It's my favorite Stephen King book.
Well, apparently it's been in the works since January 2011, first with director David Yates, who did Harry Potter, and screenwriter Steve Kloves. They bowed out, saying that it was too long for a movie, which makes sense.
It is.
Ben Affleck was going to replace them, but he exited so he could do Batman. Scott Cooper took over, and then he had issues with Warner Brothers and CBS Films over the film's rating, so he took off, and now Boone is the fourth or fifth person to
and something tells me he's probably not going to be the last.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually in some, and I wouldn't be surprised if this movie never actually happened. This movie, first off, the miniseries was fantastic. But it's like you said, the miniseries was 8 hours. Yeah.
Because that was the only way you could get everything in.
I'm surprised he agreed to do this without making it a trilogy.
It should be a trilogy.
Right.
It absolutely should be a trilogy. If they plan on going through with this and making it one movie and it's only PG or PG-13, I'm never going to see it. It has to be a trilogy of movies, and it has to be rated R.
And for those who aren't aware, why don't you explain kind of what it's about?
The Stand it's pretty much it starts off with an outbreak of a virus that kind of kills a good majority of the world. But there are a certain number of people that are kind of immune to this virus, and they survive. So they kind of become like the last outpouring of survivors on Earth. And Matt Damon! And it how did Matt Damon come into it?
I just figured he would have survived.
Oh, he probably would have.
Yeah.
But it separates the world pretty much into the ultimate good and the ultimate evil. And that's really what it comes down to. I don't want to say how it ends, because there is an ending. It's not like it's a book that could go on and on. There actually is an absolute ending to this book. And I don't want to ruin it. But the book is pretty much about like the ultimate good versus the ultimate evil.
Aliens come back and bring everybody back from the dead.
Everybody comes back to life as zombies, and then Norman Reedus comes in and just kills them everybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
See? Spoiler alert. Next up, so these next two have to do with the Oscars. ABC News Digital had a, I guess, best Oscar movie from the past 64 years bracket challenge. Do you have any guesses who the winner was?
Best Oscar movies from the past?
Yeah, past 64 years.
So these are past 64 years. Best Oscar winner movie. So this is pretty much a best of all time Oscar winning Best Picture.
Yep. So who won?
I would say.
Now this was like chosen, I believe. People would vote. Like it was a bracket thing. People would vote one week. The winner would move on. People would vote on that, and so on and so forth.
Until they got down to a final one.
Correct.
Is it a more recent, like past 20-year movie?
Yes.
Okay. My first movie that comes to my head, Forrest Gump.
Alabama!
That is correct.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
It was between that and The Godfather. Those were the final two.
Okay. Yeah. Forrest Gump is the first one that came to my head.
Yeah. Final four was Lord of the Rings, I'm not sure which one. Did the first one, is that the only one that won it?
No, actually, I think it was the third one. I think it's Return of the King that
won.
won.
One of the Lord of the Rings. The Godfather, Ben-Hur, and Forrest Gump. That was the final four. So, yeah, Forrest Gump won the votes. Yeah, there you go. Got it. And lastly, also relating to the Oscars, which I actually just told you about before the show, you can now stream the Oscars live online in case you can't watch it on TV or on your smartphone or tablet. You can do it via Watch ABC. All you have to do is go to either Oscar.com once the time comes. You might be able to watch the red carpet stuff now. But at 8:30 when the Oscars start, you can go to Oscar.com, ABC.com, WatchABC.com, or on your Watch ABC app on your Android.
That's how I have to watch it tonight. So,
yeah. But that does it for Next Level News.
All right, we're going to take another music break, and when we come back, we'll get through Weird of the Week as well as some other stuff. So sit tight. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
I'm not saying that the Army will be able to do for you what it did for me. All I'm saying is that you get out of it exactly what you put into it. Now, sometimes the Army's your best shot. Now, there's a couple of questions that I have to ask you. They're a little personal. Have you ever been convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor? That's robbery, rape, car theft, that sort of thing.
Convicted?
Yeah, no.
Never convicted.
That's good, good. Are either of you homosexuals?
You mean like flaming, or?
Well, it's a standard question we have to ask.
No, we're not homosexual, but we are willing to learn.
Yeah, would they send us someplace special?
Guess that's no on both. All right, now if you'll just give Uncle Sam your autograph here.
Sammy, get well soon.
That's good. Now your name.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, back from that music break. A little bit of that's from Stripes, paying a little homage to the great Harold Ramis.
Yes.
I know we didn't really touch much on.
You're right.
Yeah, I know we didn't really go into that that much, as much as we did like Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I think we kind of brought the show down a little bit when we went into the tribute to Philip Seymour Hoffman. Because it's certainly not that Harold Ramis doesn't deserve a tribute. He's
right.
I mean, he's one of the late great comedy actors and writers. More so writer than actor, but he's done a lot of great acting stuff, and he's just,
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, they think of him as the guy from Ghostbusters, but he's done a lot of other stuff.
He's written some of the greatest, comedy movie. He wrote Caddyshack, Animal House, which still to this day is probably is still categorized as probably one of the greatest comedies ever.
Oh, yeah. And he wrote Ghostbusters, too, didn't he?
He was a writer on Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, Analyze This, Analyze That, Groundhog Day. So much that he has done. He deserves a tribute of his own, but we kind of already brought it down a little bit with the Slates for Sarah. I don't really want to double it up and go down even further. But Harold Ramis will be missed. He was a great actor and writer.
I didn't realize he was already 69 years old.
Yeah. So, and he died of a disease that he had been fighting for a while. So,
right. At least we have that. It wasn't heroin or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was something that he was fighting. And the one thing, not to go on to it a little bit, him and Bill Murray, he kind of started Bill Murray's career. He gave Bill Murray the shot that he did putting him in Caddyshack. And he jump-started Bill Murray's career to the point to the heights that it is at now. Bill Murray, to me, still one of the greatest actors of all time. But when they did Groundhog Day together, they had a big falling out.
Oh, really?
That lasted up until maybe only 2 years ago. Because that was one of the reasons why Ghostbusters 3 probably wasn't going to happen, was because those two had a lot of contention for each other. But it was the talks of Ghostbusters 3 kind of brought them back together and they reconciled. And I'm kind of glad that they did now, because I can only imagine if I were Bill Murray, the guilt I would feel. If one of my good friends and I had a falling out and we didn't reconcile before one of them died.
Right.
So if I'm kind of glad, and it makes me feel a little bit better to know that the two of them had reconciled before Harold Ramis passed away.
Yeah.
And on the note of Ghostbusters 3, it's still happening. I know that was one of the things that people had immediately said was now that Harold Ramis is gone, it's not going to happen. It's still happening.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Good news.
So, good news for Ghostbusters fans. I know there's a lot of people that probably don't really care that it's happening because they didn't want to see it in the first place. I personally enjoy the Ghostbusters movies. I would love to see it. So,
I still love Stay Puft the Marshmallow Man.
Well, he was only in the first one.
Yeah, I know, but I still love him.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to love him because he's only one movie?
No, I didn't say that.
Jeez.
I kind of said it. I guess I didn't mean it.
It's prejudice.
I'm watching Jonah Hill and Bradley Cooper kind of beat each other up on the red carpet right now.
As they should.
Yeah. So,
but real quick before we get into anything else, I wanted to ask, not ask you something, but I wanted to bring up something that while we were down in Disney World, I saw a lot of. Like we went down last year and I didn't see this much. There were a lot of leash kids while we were down there. It's
as well, there should be, Adam. They deserve to be on leashes. Why would anyone have a kid?
I just feel, I think it, I'm sure the parents have their reason. I just think it's the funniest thing when I see a kid on a leash.
If you're going to have a kid that's going to wander off, I can kind of get it.
Okay, well, how about you just watch them instead of putting them on a leash?
Well, let me ask you, when you say leash kids, is it just one kid or was there like 4 or 5?
Most of the time, just one, maybe two.
That's a little ridiculous.
Like an older one, yeah.
That's a little ridiculous. If you can't keep an eye on, if you can't keep an eye on one kid, you probably shouldn't. I'm not going to say you shouldn't be a parent, but you shouldn't have gone to. You shouldn't have gone to Disney World.
Yeah, I think a lot. Yeah, they're one of the most crowded places on earth. I think a lot of times there were like 2 kids, but one of them was like a good 3 or 4 years older most of the time.
Yeah,
so I mean, they shouldn't be that hard to watch.
Even 2 kids, if you can't keep an eye on them, you shouldn't go to a place like this.
And there were a couple of times when, like, we'd be walking around and I'd see a leash kid, and the parent wouldn't really be paying attention, and all of a sudden the kid would be walking away and then like stop suddenly because the leash ran out of room. It's like they always try and make it cute, like it's a little puppy backpack or something. That's like a like seriously.
And I think that's the thing. Like I think some of the parents think that's what it is. I think they think it's cute,
right?
And it's not cute. It's irresponsible. Like it's.
I wonder
lazy.
if they have dogs.
One of these days, I want to see a kid grow up to the point where the kid can drag the parent.
Yeah, right.
Like
I'm wondering, like, do they not have dogs and they don't realize how, like, kind of demoralizing that is for your kid?
Yeah, it's not demoralizing for a dog but you're kind of putting your kid in the same situation as a dog.
Right. You're treating your kid like a dog.
Exactly. You're treating your kid like a pet. And I next time I go to Disney World, I'm going to travel with a pair of scissors.
And cut them all?
I'm just going to snip them.
You're free. Be free.
Go, be free, be wild.
Run away.
Why did you do that to my child? Why did you Well, if you want to treat your child like a pet, I'm going to treat him like a not wild animal.
Yeah,
they should be out in the wild. They should be free of you.
I want there to be a study. I haven't looked into it. I want to see if there's a study out there done on leash kids. Like, I wonder how they grow up. Like, do they grow up any differently? Like, I've always been kind of curious. Like, do they have like not mental, but like depression issues
or detachment issues?
Yeah,
to a parent.
Cut the cord.
I mean, it's one of those things that like. Andrea just posted that I'm coming to Disney with you guys the next time you go.
Well, we're going next year.
Just because I'm bringing a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
And I will. If I were to do it, if I were to cut one, I would literally yell as I did it. Be free! Go!
Be free! Run away from this hellhole!
Go home to the wild that you belong in.
I just kept on running.
But it's one of those things.
Peas and carrots.
It kind of goes into the whole thing, like how we're not bringing up like I don't have children of my own. You and Andrea don't have any children yet, and I don't have any that I know of.
I don't have any with her, right?
It's yeah. It's one of those things that like we're kind of bringing our kids up nowadays, and I say our kids just because it's our generation of
our
parents.
kids, yours and mine, the one we have together.
What? No. No, like our generation of children, like parents at our age and things like that, like are kind of, or our generation are bringing up kids. We're bringing them up to be weak. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
they're getting attachment issues to their parents because they're strapped to leashes. When they play soccer, everybody gets a trophy.
yeah.
No, that's bull.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You're not going to win all the time in life.
No. If you treat kids like this and they get used to always winning or always getting something, no matter how bad they do, they're going to get used to that and they're going to expect that in the real world.
Yeah, and then when they lose, they're going to have depression issues or something.
Look, I mean, like, I know, like, I have a good, like, 6 or 7 years on you. And look, when I was a kid, when field day happened, the only way you got a ribbon is if you won.
Yeah, I loved field day.
If you didn't win, you didn't get a ribbon. And you know what that did? That didn't make me sad that I didn't win. That made me work harder for the next time so that I got a ribbon.
Right.
Every kid gets a ribbon now. They're going to automatically assume that no matter what happens, they're going to get something out of it. And it ticks me off. And the same thing with, like, we're teaching our kids to not only be weak, but be lazy at the same time. Like, bus stops are every corner now. Like, I remember having to walk, like, 4 blocks to get to my bus stop.
Yeah, ours is actually, the neighborhoods is actually right on our corner.
Bus stops are every corner now so that kids don't have to walk. And I understand there's safety issues when it comes to that. But those same safety issues that exist now existed back then, too.
Yeah.
And we were fine. I may have a couple mental issues that I have to deal with throughout life, but
I want to see, I don't think I saw it, but I want to see, like, multiple leash kids by the same parent.
like a dog walker.
Walking
like 10 dogs.
Yeah. I'll babysit your kids. Just put them all on a leash.
I want to see the Duggars who have like 12 kids, like handling them all on a leash.
It would be like a dog sled. Mush.
And how would they not get tangled? Like, I would, if I was ever in, like, it's going back to Disney again, if I was in Disney and I saw, like, a mother or a father with, like, 4 or 5 kids, each on leashes, I would get you and Andrea to help me to tempt them all to go in different directions.
Yeah. Come here.
And tangle the parents. Yeah, exactly.
Got a
ice cream cone.
Yeah. Cotton
candy.
Yeah. Now I forget what I was going to say. You brought up cotton candy.
Sorry.
No, I'll think of it. Keep going.
Yeah, Andrew's right. We probably would end up in jail for that one if
Disney
we were giving
jail.
little kids candy.
Yeah, but Disney jail's probably happy.
Mickey is your warden.
Yeah, I mean, how bad No, they probably put you in the jail on Pirates of the Caribbean, that ride. And you have to try and get the dog to give you the keys.
That would be awesome. I would do it.
That would be awesome. And then all the boats would go by, get me out of here.
That would be awesome.
No, seriously, we're real people. We're not animatronic. Let us out.
You become part of the attraction if you get locked up in Disney.
Yeah. I wonder if they would make retractable leashes for kids.
I think they are retractable. I think those leashes are retractable.
I saw they were just like a 3-foot, tether or whatever.
Well, I think there's okay. I know some of them, I think, like, there's a button that you can hit and it retracts.
Are you sure you're not thinking about dog leashes?
Maybe.
Because I know our dog leashes are retractable.
Yeah. Yeah, any I've used before, too, are pretty retractable.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I always think it's funny when I see a leash kid. And we always point them out to each other, too. Like, if we'll be walking around, oh, my God, look, a leash kid.
It's retarded to me.
Like, do the parents know?
No, obviously not if this is what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, yeah, that was just my little question I had for you. My observation, I guess, my Disney observation.
Yeah. It's retarded. Parents are stupid, and we're all going to be them one day.
Right, yeah, I mean, I guess I won't start worrying until they make their kids poop outside.
Well, diapers.
Then we might have an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not outside. You poop wherever you want.
That's true.
I'm not going to go off on a tangent about being able to poop wherever I want. Don't worry.
Yeah, please don't. Cause
as cool as that would be.
I don't know if we can handle that.
There's got to be a non-messy way to do it. Anyway. So, the FDA. I saw this article earlier in the week. The FDA, I guess, they're going to be changing the nutrition labels that would make the serving sizes reflect actual servings. This is the first time in 2 decades that's going to propose major changes to nutrition labels.
To actual servings, as in like serving sizes are going to be larger now? I mean, because personally,
yes.
I've always found the serving sizes on some of those ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, like you get a bag of chips and it's, or a thing of like crackers, and it's like a serving size is 3 crackers. Really?
Right. And I think there was a comedian, I don't remember who it was, but he was talking about Fig Newtons. Do you know who that?
I think that sounds really familiar.
Yeah, it's like serving size 1 Fig Newton, and he's like, who eats 1 Fig Newton?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like serving size is like 3 crackers. No, it's maybe for a mouse.
It was Brian Regan.
Okay,
that's who it was.
Right.
Got to give him credit for his, because that is so true. I mean, even like Girl Scout cookies, they do the same thing. It's like 1 cookie.
yeah, it's like 2 cookies.
Never eat 1 cookie.
Really? You mean like 1 cookie sleeve, right?
Right. Yeah. Because and like some of them are annoying. Like I'm trying to think, like carrots, like baby carrots. It'll say 3 ounces is the serving size. So if I want to, like, how about you just tell me how many carrots?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't have a food scale.
Well, I do, so I have to actually get it out and use it if I want to find out what the serving size is, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Like chicken and meat and stuff, I can understand because it's always different. But like baby carrots are baby carrots, so I like an ounce or 2 each.
Yeah. And like if you get like pasta and stuff like that, and it says like 1 cup, 1 cup cooked is 1 serving. So you expect me to cook the pasta and then put it in a cup
then measure it out.
To measure it out and put it on a plate. No, I'm going to scoop it on my plate.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. I did too much. I'll just put it back in the box.
Yeah, exactly. Not going to happen.
Yeah. So I guess it would change how serving sizes are calculated and displayed. I know for sure the font would be bigger, and I guess they just calculate it differently. I'm not sure exactly how they're doing that.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how they do that.
Calorie counts would be more prominent. And the existing calories from fat line would be removed. So I'm looking at the picture here, and the calorie font is like 4 or 5 times as big, which is good because that's what everybody goes like. That's what they look for.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, people want to see how many calories are on there.
Yeah.
Percent daily values would shift to the left instead of the right, so watch out. That's a big change. I guess that makes them easier to read since we read left to right. Some package sizes would require to show both per serving and per package calorie and nutrition counts. I don't like how. Let me ask you, how often, and I guess to what extent do you read nutrition facts usually?
I
read shopping, or
I do read it every once in a while. It's for certain things though.
Yeah.
Like if
I go right towards fat, calories, protein.
I read serving size. I read calories, and I read calories from fat. That's pretty much all I read.
You're not going to read that anymore.
No, exactly.
You're getting rid of that. This one I like. They're adding a new information about added sugars. So it'll have sugars, and then under that it'll say added sugars, which I think is a great idea. Because like fruit, a lot of fruits, frozen fruits and stuff, they naturally have sugar in them. So they're going to have like 10 grams of sugar or something. But, under that, it's going to say 0 grams added sugar because it's all natural sugars and it's fine for you.
Yeah.
But things that add like Splenda and stuff to them, or I don't know if that counts as sugar, but like...
sugar substitute. I don't know if they would count that as
when
sugar.
they add sugar to it, that's the stuff you want to avoid.
Yeah.
Not to get into a health discussion.
No, but I like how you said, too, how they're going to put... like serving size per package and for an actual like serving size, like package size and serving size.
Yeah, per serving and per package.
Because I mean, like most of the time, like if people make something like the Lipton noodles or whatever, like the Alfredo noodles or whatever,
right?
To be like 2 servings in the packet. Well, you kind of can't make half the packet.
Right.
You have to make the whole packet.
Exactly. Yeah.
So obviously you want to know what the packet size is. You don't want to know what the serving size is.
Right, and I don't know. Have you ever bought like the 16 or 20? I guess they're 20-ounce bottles of Gatorade or the other one, Powerade. Have you ever bought those and looked at the nutrition labels?
I've never looked at the nutrition labels. I've bought them, but a
as far as last time I looked, they say the serving size is 8 ounces, and it's 20 sugars or something like that. But the thing is 2.5 cups.
Yeah.
So you got to basically multiply everything by 2.5. And when you look at the not the light calorie ones, the normal ones, the sugar content in those is crazy.
And yeah, and it's something like that too. A full bottle is 2.5 servings.
Yeah.
They can't make it 2 servings so that you can drink half the bottle.
Right.
They make it 2.5 so that it confuses you even more when you try and figure out the per serving and how much you can drink.
Yeah, how about the redesign has a calculator on it? So I can figure all these things out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not going to start carrying a calculator in my back pocket when I go food shopping.
Yeah, I need a paper and pen just to do all that.
Although I kind of already do on my phone.
Let's see. It looks like also vitamin D and potassium counts would be required. Vitamin A and C would be optional. So I guess D and potassium are not required at this point.
So when do these changes start taking place?
I think they're just proposed. I don't know if there's any specific date, as to when they would go into effect. I think they have to go through an approval process,
Okay.
It looks like. These are just proposed.
Okay.
But so from what I'm looking at, I actually like a couple of things they're doing on here.
Yeah,
The bigger calorie font's a good one.
Yeah, I like that too. And like I said, I like the whole package size rather than just serving size too.
Right.
That's the other thing that I actually really like.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting, and we'll have to keep an eye on that and see, if it gets any further and when it actually would go into effect. I'm sure it's going to take a while.
Yeah, the proposals like that, usually take a couple years.
Right.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw anything, if that was going to happen. You're looking at easily not until 2015.
Yeah.
Until next year.
Exactly. So. Do you want to finish it, wrap up the show?
Yeah, let's hit the Weird of the Week. We'll promote what we got coming up tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't mentioned that yet.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap things up. So why don't you hit us with the Weird of the Week?
And now the Next Level Showcast presents the Weird of the Week.
Starting off the Weird of the Week this week, crime dog actor sentenced for pot and weapons. McGruff the crime dog. Yes. John Russell Morales, 41, an actor who once played the crime-fighting cartoon Bloodhound, has been sentenced to nearly 2 decades behind bars after pleading guilty to possessing 1,000 marijuana plants and a cache of nearly 30 weapons, including a grenade launcher and thousands of ammunition rounds.
So this isn't the actual dog. This is just the guy that played him.
Correct, yeah.
I thought it'd be funny if this was the actual dog, McGruff.
Yeah, someone dressed up as Scruff McGruff and did all this.
Yeah, exactly.
He was arrested in 2011 after Galveston, Texas police and drug-sniffing dogs. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Stopped him for speeding. So he got stopped for speeding and all this stuff happened. But yeah, he once played Scruff McGruff, the crime dog, and of course commits these crazy crimes, and he's going to jail for two decades.
He took a bite out of crime.
Oh, got him.
Had to outdo my rim shot, didn't you? I finally get sound clips, and you had to outdo it. Whatever.
Yeah, just call me the one-upper.
Keep moving.
Man says this is good. I don't know if I'm able to read this one.
All right.
Man says Domino's Pizza burned him when he had sex with it. And the company responded. This is the best part. It's right. Domino's in the UK is at the Twitter handle. It's at Domino's_UK.
Okay.
And it's funny because this is from Huffington Post, so I'll actually read what it says in the article. It says, "Have you recently burned yourself having sex with a pizza? Was that pizza from Domino's? If so, you're in luck. Good folks behind the chain's Twitter feed will be happy to help you out. Just check out the incredible exchange below for proof." All right. So this is actually a Twitter exchange between a person who I don't know if they actually burned themselves on a pizza. I hope not. But so they tweeted at the Domino's. At Domino's_UK. Hello, I've just made love to one of your pizzas and burnt my penis severely. Please advise on your terms for a refund. Thanks. And Domino's responded. They responded, please contact our head office, comments@dominos.co.uk regarding this matter. Apparently that wasn't enough. Okay. The guy responded back. Now, there's quite a few. Disgusting FOB off. I don't know what that means. Your staff should inform customers about the dangers of making love to your pizza. Why is this not in place?
This has to be a joke.
Our apologies. Domino's responded, our apologies. We will look for a way to notify customers of this in the future. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. But then the person said he wasn't happy about it. Domino's said, as you were advised, please email our head office. And then this is a good one. This is the last one they have. The guy responds back after that. He said, look, I've tried emailing your head office with no success, but now the pizza wants to give me a blowjob. Please advise.
This has to be a joke. There's no possible way this is real.
Right. But then
they
really
responded
back. Domino's UK apparently responded back, saying it is definitely recommended as that is not what is expected of our pizzas. We raised them better than that.
We've raised them better than that?
That was Domino's response.
That is awesome.
Fantastic. This was on February 24th. So if you want to, I didn't, confirm, but this is off Huffington Post, and they're usually pretty good with their articles.
Yeah.
February 24th, if you go to @Domino's_UK on Twitter, you can check it out.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So finally, this is something I've heard about before, I feel like. Naples, Italy, to DNA test dog poop, and you'll be fined almost $700 if it belongs to your dog. Have you ever heard anything like this?
No. What are they testing? What are they testing for?
Well, all right. The city of Naples in Italy is implementing a plan to take DNA tests from dog poop.
Oh,
to catch
DNA
people
tests.
who
Okay.
don't pick up after their pets, according to the New York Times. If it turns out your dog's poop is on the sidewalk, you'll be fined €500, which is about $690. So apparently they're going to possibly go around and DNA test dog poop and figure out if it's your dog, and if it is, you're going to get fined. You're not picking up the poop.
I kind of like that idea, actually.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
It's already spread to places like Israel, Canada, and communities and apartment complexes in 43 states across the U.S. So, yeah, it's been
it's been done over
catching
here
on. Yeah, it's been catching on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's a Knoxville, Tennessee biotech company called Poo Prints. It offers these services for between $35 and $60 per dog, depending on the size of the operation. So I guess if it's like a Shih Tzu's poop, it's only $35. And if it's like a Great Dane, it's $60.
Yeah. But if it's like a Great Dane, couldn't you just take a Shih Tzu size sample?
Yeah, I
Instead
guess.
of the whole thing?
I guess you don't really need the whole
Like,
sample.
why would you need to charge different prices for different stacks of poop?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Bullshit.
You just take the same amount.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, it's not, and it's not bullshit. It's dog shit.
That's true. You should find out. I will say this though: if I'm only gonna say because in Allentown, their parks are supposed to have the like little boxes that hold poop bags.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be filled so you can take a poop bag and clean up after your dog. Some of the parks around here are never filled. So, I mean, in that case, I think it's kind of the city's fault.
Yeah, but you should still, as a dog owner, be prepared and bring
Right.
your own.
Right. But sometimes I only bring one bag and my dog poops twice. And they don't have bags.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I try and pick up as much as possible, but I'll admit sometimes around here, if there's no bags in the thing and I have run out or something, or I haven't gotten a chance to get more, I'll do the whole, after the dog poops, I'll do the whole pretend I go pick it up. And then just walk away and leave it there.
Better hope nobody's DNA testing around this area.
Yeah, I don't think Allentown's on that list, hopefully. But, I haven't walked the dogs out in the park in like 6 months since it's been frozen tundra up here.
Too cold.
So, yeah. So that does it for the Weird of the Week. And we seem to be just in time because we have 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes to wrap this up and let you go so you can watch the Oscars, because I know that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. At least that's what we're going to be doing tonight until midnight, our time. That was perfect.
Yeah, right? Drama.
Tonight, we have something really, really cool. It's not going to be broadcast live. We're going to be doing it strictly in-house. But we will have it for you later. We have another interview tonight. And I know Adam and I are both pretty excited about this one, mainly because of where the connection that this guy has, or what he's connected to, rather.
He's actually connected to a lot.
You know what? You set it up, so why don't you tell who it is?
Well, after the show, a little bit later, he's actually on Pacific time. They are out in Vancouver.
He's Canadian.
So that's way West Coast.
Yeah.
So around 12 o'clock midnight our time and 8 or 9 o'clock his time, we're going to be interviewing James Bamford, the stunt and fight coordinator for the TV show Arrow, which is on the CW every Wednesday night, which is a fantastic show. I think it's if I might be off, but I think it's CW's most popular show.
I think it is, yeah. I think
if not, it should be.
I think it's at least in the top 3. The only 2 I can think of that might be better than it in the ratings are Supernatural and Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Is Vampire Diaries? I guess that is still on.
Vampire Diaries is still on, and Supernatural's going strong, man. Supernatural's in like its 8th season.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do think that one gets a lot of good.
Their shows seem to run forever. Like Smallville ran for 10 years.
I was gonna say it was 10 seasons,
and I never missed an episode of that show.
Yeah, you gave me
first 2 seasons.
Me a few seasons. Yeah, I started watching it. I haven't had time to watch all of it, but it is a good show.
Yeah, Andrea just said, "Can we ask him what the hokey pokey is all about?"
Yeah, and when I spoke to him on the phone, he did have a little bit of a Canadian accent. And speaking of Canadian accents, we were hoping we actually ate at a steakhouse called Le Cellier in Disney in Epcot at the World Showcase in Canada, and the whole time we were hoping our waiter was going to say like about or out or stout or anything. Like, can you tell me what kind of beers you have? Oh, we have a great Stout. But nothing. We didn't get anything. So maybe we can get James Bamford to say something.
I don't know if we should try and force that.
Yeah.
We don't want to start laughing in the middle of an interview at his accent because that's going to ruin the whole interview.
No, and I'm not downing Canadian accents because I love them.
Yeah,
I can't get enough Canadian accents.
So, he's done a lot of other cool stuff though outside of Arrow. So we're both looking forward to talking to him about everything, and I think more so about Arrow and stuff like that. But like he's done some other work.
Just to give you a couple people that he's doubled in like feature films, he has doubled. Let's see here, Dominic Purcell.
Yeah.
In Blade Trinity, Simon Cowell in Scary Movie 3, Freddie Prinze Jr. in Head Over Heels, Parker Stevenson in Trapped. Mickey Rourke in Get Carter, Jerry O'Connell in Mission to Mars. I mean, it's a good size list, and that's just feature films. He's done Matthew Fox in Behind the Mask, but he's basically the fight choreographer for Arrow. And if you've ever seen the show, the fight scenes are fantastic.
They're awesome. He's the one that made me finally believe that Green Arrow is a badass.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see. Or I want to ask him. We're going to ask him how long it takes to really put together like one fight scene, because I'm sure a ton of work goes into it.
Yeah,
and I know it's not an easy job, and it's a very underappreciated job being a stunt and fight coordinator.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why we kind of want to talk to him is because we want to, we're kind of sure a lot of people don't talk to stunt coordinators; they kind of pass them by. So, we're about the everyman. We're not just about the stars.
Right.
So, we want to get everybody's input on everything. So, but it's 8:30. So we're going to wrap things up so everybody can get to the Oscars or do, whatever it is you're going to do if you're not watching the Oscars and such. But be sure to check us out. Check out our website, www.nextlevelradioonline.com. From there, you can find everything from links to our Facebook page, which we encourage you to go to and send us a like. You can find our YouTube page, which is where you can find our older shows. Please go there and subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter if you don't already, at NXT Level Radio. And please, I haven't put the information up yet, but my buddy Derek, who filled in last week, did a great job. He's got his own website, www.derektLewis.com. He's got his own show that he's going to be starting on March 4th. We will absolutely help him promote that and send you that way. It's going to be on a Tuesday night, so it's not going to overlap with ours. And who knows? You might find Derek on our show as a guest again, and you might find one of us, if not both of us, on Derek's show as guests.
Hey, and before we go, didn't you say you had something about Gravity that you want to mention?
Oh, that's right. I meant to mention it when we were talking about the Oscars, and I completely
It's okay
forgot.
if we run over a little bit.
I don't know if you saw this or not. What was that?
I said people podcasting won't miss the Oscars, so it's okay if we go over a couple minutes.
I don't know if you saw this or not, but Sandra Bullock is set to make $70 million from that movie.
Holy crap. I did not see that. I think I saw like an article saying something about her how much she was making, but I didn't actually get a chance to look at it.
And what cracks me up about that, and this is totally a Jimmy Fallon line, I can't take credit for it, is that he is making more money, or she is making more money portraying an astronaut than actual astronauts make.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're the ones that really go through that. And
so she's making $70 million?
She is upwards to making $70 million for that movie.
That is 1,000 times, over 1,000 times of what Jonah Hill made for Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. So, but, you know. It is Gravity! Really?
It's working against me.
All right. On that note, we're going to wrap things up. Please make sure you listen to us. Check out our podcast. Make sure you send us likes on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our website. Check out Derek's website. Hit us up on each of our own individual Twitter accounts if you want to. We're both listed on the website. And be sure to join us next week. That's it, everybody.
Keep an eye out for the interview.
Yeah. Listen out for the interview. We should have that up hopefully by later on this week. That's it. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week.
I'm not great at farewell, so that'll do, pig.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.